Ujambo mpenzi mtazamaji, na karibu tena kwenye makala mengine ya ukulima mazao bora. Leo tunaangazia sehemu ya pili ya kipindi chetu kuhusu ufugaji wa ng'ombe wa maziwa. Na kama tulivyojifunza katika sehemu ya kwanza, ufugaji wa ng'ombe wa maziwa ni biashara inayoweza kuwa ya faida kubwa iwapo itafanywa kwa usahihi. Katika sehemu hii tutazungumzia sehemu nyingine muhimu katika ufugaji wa ng'ombe wa maziwa, yani lishe na makundi ya ng'ombe. Kama tunavyojua, lishe bora ni muhimu sana katika kuhakikisha ng'ombe wana afya njema na wanazalisha maziwa ya kutosha. Kwa hivyo ni muhimu kuhakikisha kuwa ng'ombe wanapata lishe bora na ya kutosha.
This one is called a chaff cutter. Chaff cutter is supposed to cut this into pieces, because if you take this one to the cows, they will start eating na kufuruta na kukanyaka, then you will be wasting it. But now when you cut it like this, is chopping into small, so that it is becoming small. Now this is just the cow kazi yake kuweka tu tumbo, hakuna kusukumana kukatakata. Sasa anachukua tu na inaenda vizuri, and then it will be able to utilize all of them. There will be no wastage. Just as simple as that. Thank you.
Wow.
So the reason why we are cutting it like this is to minimize wastage. And if you want to make silage now, this one can be analyzed and you know the quantity, how much dry matter iko. Lakini this one na hii, for your information, this one is of higher quality, this dry cow grass, than this one. This is succulent. So if you remove all the water inside here, it will be about 80%. And if you remove water from this one, this is around this one is around 90% dry matter, means margin 10%. This is 80% water, so it is opposite. So the cow ikikula hii inajaza tumbo na anaweza lala, unafikiria ameshiba. But it has not had enough of the dry matter. But this one unaweza pewa kilo kidogo na kunywa maji, because haina maji. Sasa maji anakunywa, then yes, inakuwa na kiwa, alafu maziwa ni maji.
Haya, kutoka hapa kwa kuprepare hii, na kuna place ya kuchanganyia. Exactly,
tunaenda huko sasa. So from here tunachukua this green material, and by the way we should have mixed with the sodium, the sun, we can mix them here.
Okay.
So that it increases the quality. This one is done by a miller, yani ile ya kushaga unga. Sasa that one is also supposed to cut into an inch long, because ikikatwa zaidi kidogo itakuwa fumbi. So unaona the length is not supposed to be too short. It should be about 1 inch. Sasa ni kufunja tu kusaidia ng'ombe iwe rahisi ku. So unaona this is dry and the other one is green. Na yote iko hapa ndani. Iko chini. Then there is silage. Kuna silage hapa, kuna greens na kuna these pomerods dry. Unaona silage? Yeah. And I want to explain silage kidogo. Silage is now made from maize plant.
Yeah.
That maize plant is supposed to be at the milky stage. Because as I explained there, the plant is making food for its own young man.
Yes.
So the maize also is growing, making sure I want to make maize grain, that seed.
Yes.
Sasa akichanganya chakula anapelekea mtoto. Alafu tunangojea when it is about roasting time. Tunaenda tunakata. And then there is another bigger chaff cutter sasa. Inaitwa forage harvester.
Yeah.
Your forage harvester itashaga hiyo into the same 1 inch 1 inch. And then inakanyakwa to drive out the air. So that it is compacted vizuri. When it is compacted, there is what we call anaerobic bacteria, which will work on it, and fermentation takes place. So fermentation, you know, it produces very high energy food. That is why when you do inaitwa kikarango, you know that thing? You ferment unga.
Oh yeah.
Yeah? Ile wanapenda na watoto. Because there is a lot of high amount of energy. So this one also, that grain, produce a lot of high energy silage. Tunaona vile iko. Sasa because ili kanyako vizuri. Sasa hata inapanda juu na kanyaka kabisa mpaka unaona vile imejipanga. Sasa hii kupanga hivi ni ngumu hata kutoa.
Yeah.
Lakini ukitoa mzuri namna hii, you will see how nasikia vile inanuka vizuri sana. Sasa hii ukiangalia unaona the grains. Wakati wa roast mahindi.
Yeah.
Ndio iko hapa sasa. Unaona hii ina value. So these leaves unaona ni green.
Yeah.
Meaning it was harvested when it was totally green. Therefore carbohydrates is very high. There's a lot of sugars inside here.
Yeah.
Then the sugar in the grain pia ina blend na hii, and then the fiber because of digestion ya tumbo ya ng'ombe. So unajua ng'ombe iko na rumen na hizo other stomachs.
Yeah.
So this is the best food. Highest energy. Na haipoharibika sasa.
Ikishakaa tu hivyo.
Ikishakaa hivi.
Na hii maji itafe.
Hakuna kuaffect tena. Lakini ni kufunga tu isiende kutoboka ndio ina. Lakini ikitoboka saa ile bado ni fresh. Sasa maji ikiingia inaosesha. Lakini saa hii iko smart service. And by the way you can use silage peke yake to deal with to feed your animals. Or you add value just come like
yeah.
You add value by adding the pomerods is okay. That silage now, when it is brought here, it is mixed with this one, and then mixed with the fresh, and then whatever you mix is called total mixed ratio.
Yeah.
Now that one is added dairy meal. And because we want to feed animals according to production, this one tunapeleka direct kwa feed draft there. Then we go there, we bring dairy meal sasa. According to the schedule here. Yeah. Every cow iko na china yake.
Ni muhimu kugawa chakula kwa ng'ombe kulingana na mahitaji yao. Kundi moja la ng'ombe linaweza kuwa na mahitaji tofauti na kundi lingine. Kwa mfano, ng'ombe wanaonyonyesha wanahitaji lishe yenye virutubishi zaidi kuliko wale ambao hawanyonyeshi. Pia ni muhimu kugawa ng'ombe katika makundi kulingana na umri na uzalishaji wao. Ng'ombe wachanga wanahitaji lishe tofauti na ng'ombe wazima. Kundi lingine linaweza kuwa la ng'ombe wanaozalisha maziwa mengi na kundi lingine la ng'ombe wanaozalisha kidogo. Hii itasaidia kuhakikisha kuwa kila ng'ombe anapata lishe bora na inayofaa kwa mahitaji yake.
We have two sets of systems, almost similar, but we wanted to see the difference.
Yeah.
So this group inaitwa group A, this is group B. We are trying to select the animals according to genetics and size, body size and productivity, but we train them to make sure each one will eat according to its production. So when they come here, wanaleta hiyo chakula, wanaweka kila mtu.
Yeah.
Then tunaenda kwa ration ya kila moja. Then dairy meal tunapea huyu kama ni, for example, this one. This is now a dry cow. We are not milking it. So we give what we call dairy 2. 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. So akipewa huyu unapewa differently. This one is producing good amount of milk, inaitwa Karen. So tunapea 3 and it is also high yield. Dairy meal tuliona huko.
Yeah.
There is that high yield there, then there is standard. That one now is another one for dry cows ambaye they are not producing milk.
Yeah.
Because when you give the dry cow dairy meal ya kutoa maziwa, hiyo ng'ombe itakuwa confused. Ajui sasa ni produce milk ama ni dry ndio nipate kusaa. So there are hormones inside.
Yeah.
If you give milk dairy cow dairy meal, ata produce hormones ya ku produce maziwa. So come to this each cow. Yes. Wow. Now the system here, I think that this one of feeding you have got it. So kila mtu na dining table yake. Then wakikuja, because they have been trained, wakati chakula anatengenezwa, si unaona wana rest huko, that's a resting area. So they wait there as soon as the milking is done and chakula imekuwa served, then when they are opened to come in, there is none missing its own place. They just come on their own. Huyu atakuja kwake, huyu atakuja kwake, wanajua tu. The same to this one.
How do you train them mpaka wajue ni boma yangu ni juu yangu? Tulianza
tu kuleta kila mmoja kwa njia yake, na immediately wakiingia tunafunga huko, so hakuna kurudi. So they themselves memorized until they know this one is mine. Then they will eat for about 1 hour. After that, ukifungua, there should be water. And as water trap. So that immediately akichaza tumbo na nyasi, mkula akunywa maji, then from there wanaenda kurest.
Where do they rest? Kama ni hapo kwenye tu wako.
Kama ni morning, wanaenda huko resting ndio uoshwe hapa. And then kama ni jioni, sasa hakuna kuenda huko because they are sleeping here. So watakula kumaliza, wanafunguliwa hapa, wanakunywa maji, na hiyo mattresses watakuwa wameoshwa vizuri. Then each one will go in na lala. And that is a different method. Mattresses inaoshwa, lakini ni baridi kidogo. This one is another system. When it is dry, they just sleep randomly. And they also like that system because they are not constrained.
Yeah.
So they are comfortable and they sleep the way they want. So that is, the two methods are acceptable. So when they are here, remember the cow is already served. Ikisaa kutoka leo, inangojewa tu na wachiwa for 3 months. Usipee mimba. 42 days. Hata akikuja kutaka ndume. Don't give it.
Yeah.
Then from 42 days, 45 days, si anapewa. Then anaendelea kutoa maziwa. Isn't it? Ataendelea kutoa maziwa up to 10 months. You stop that milk, milking. Now tunapeleka hiyo ng'ombe wapi? Tunatoa hapa. You stop. We call it drying. We dry the cow and we take it to the maternity area where it is safe. It is alone for security reasons. Then anaenda huko for the next 2 months. The cow who is here will normally live here for 10 months because anatoa maziwa akibeba mimba.
Yeah.
So hiyo mimba ikikua anabeba anatoa maziwa, anabeba anatoa maziwa. Ikifika 10 months you don't continue milking. Otherwise you will be milking colostrum. Maziwa meant for newborn.
Yeah.
So you'll have spoiled that newborn. Ukizidi kukamua the 11th month. So that's why we stop at 10 months unapeleka huko. Then that colostrum now is produced enough for the newborn. And in a very comfortable place.
Yeah.
Yes. So that comfortable place is where we are going now. Tumetoa sasa huko. Ameenda huko. Amekaa for 2 months. What happened? Ametoa mtoto. Akitoa mtoto, we just give about 4 days. Anyonye vile anataka. And then after that tuna separate. Tunawacha mtoto huko. Mama anarudi hapa. Anaendelea tena kutoa maziwa 42 days. Unapea mimba tena. Anapumzika for the first 42 days. Sindio, si amewacha mtoto huko. Amekuja hapa. Don't give it within 42 days.
Yeah.
Then after 42 days, 45, 60 days hapo. Unapea mimba. Anaendelea hapa kutoa maziwa na mimba anaendelea kukua.
Yeah.
After 10 months, anarudi tena huko. So there are some here which have done that business for about 5 years.
Wow.
Akienda huko anarudi hapa, akienda huko, but we don't allow beyond 6 months for the purposes of economics. It's becoming older and older. So akienda huko mara 6, mara 8, you are lucky. Then you do what we call culling. So when you cull an animal here, see this space remains empty.
Yeah.
So if you don't have the havers on the other side, then you will not have a cow here, isn't it? So we cannot allow that. That is why we are preferring those who produces females as opposed to those producing males, because those are replacers of this place. So when we shall see those ones in those groups. Yeah. So if a heaver is ready there, akikuja hapa, definitely there is one which is going to be removed here, because right now they are full. We have 10 here and we have 10 here. So the moment we have a mature one there.
How much does it take to be mature?
About 12 months, it can be given a bull. Then from 12, 16, inategemea the breed. Fresh ones are supposed to be over 24 months or the weight is ripe. But smaller bodied animals, they can start from 12 months, 14 months. Yes, because we have breeds. I don't want to go there now. So this is silage. This is a silage pit. Now hii mahindi ilikatwa when it was milky stage. When it was roasting stage and milking stage, and then it was kanyako vile nilisema, compressed and then covered to make sure there is no oxygen entering there. Now it has fermented. It is ready for use, and it can be used for. It can last for even 2 years, 3 years.
Oh wow, that's enough supply
for the during the dry season. It is like when you could graze in the field, but it was too much for cows to utilize. So what you do, you preserve for the needed time, and that is the technology now.
Wow!
So you can even use it for 10 years. So you can see now these animals, when you breed them vizuri, you will always have the new generation.
Yeah.
So this is now the replacement to make the industry alive. Yeah. So these are the youngest stock. Ile walisaliwa juzi. This is a range of 1, 2 months to 3 months. Hawajafika 4 months. So this is now the youngest here is that one. Belonging to Kericho ile tuliona huko. Followed by this one. and those other ones.
Yeah.
So these are the ones now which have been separated from the maternity up. You come and see. This is maternity area. Right now it is not accommodating any. But all the time we normally have 2 or 3 cows, and they are supposed to stay here 24 hours.
Yeah.
Haitakani kutoka nje because they don't need to kukimbia ama kuhita na one. So there was a time tulipoteza mwingine, kumbe mwingine alikanyaga mwingine. Ama you can easily lose a calf.
Yeah.
So ikisaa peke yake hapa atachunga mtoto yake. Huyo akisaa huko atachunga mtoto yake. And then when they are 4 days tuna separate, then tunaenda tunapeleka mtoto. So when they have done 4 days with the mama, suckling milk as it wants or at early basis, we separate them. And separating them we normally do in the evening so that inakuja hapa naishi peke yake. So akikaa peke yake hapa overnight, the following day analetewa maziwa na packet, and then they start training the cow to drink from the packet now. And then hata wanaona na mama tena until bila wako sahi they don't know their mothers are here. So they forget one another.
Yeah.
And then they stay here for at least 3 months to 4 months. Kama ni male, we normally give milk up to 3 months old.
Yeah.
Female tunaongezea because we want to produce more milk when it matures. And then from here we call this place group A. Group A sasa. At group A, akimaliza 4 months, we do what we call weaning. Weaning means we stop milk feeding. Then they come to, this is the food bath. You must kanyaka hapa. Don't do it. But it is for disinfection.
Yeah.
And then now that group A, as it comes here, this place is divided into 4 sections.
Yeah.
There is this one section, that one, and this one. So that is group A. We can say in baby class. And this is pre-unit.
After wamefika age gani hapa?
Kama ni male 3 months, female 4 months. Then they come here, they forget about milk sasa. Then they start getting used to grass, and then developing what we call the normal rumen sasa. Ndio wanaweza handle the pasture.
Yeah.
And then the second stomach. The cow has got 4 stomachs.
Yes.
So when it is feeding on milk, it is utilizing one. So inatakana you train atumie yote sasa, zingine zina develop. So that cow will be fully developed when it is mature.
Yeah.
And when it is mature and well developed in the stomachs, then it will be utilizing food properly. And if you make a mistake, they will develop what we call nyasi stomach, tumbo kubwa. So from here, we now feed the normal feeding, normal watering, salting. This salt is called block. These are block minerals salt, and this one is utilized at any time they want. Akilamba analamba paka mwenyewe anasimama. In that case we call it earthly basis. You don't measure. Then there is another box here. There's another box here. Oh yeah, inafungwa hapa so that akisimama anakuwa comfortable, anafikia vizuri. Na tena iko clean. Kwa sababu ukiweka chini hapa itashika na maji na inapasuka na inachafuka. So it is placed in a well positioned place. And this one, if you remember that salt I was talking about,
yes,
ya heat ya kuchemusha inawekwa hapa. And this one ikimwekwa hapa inalamba as they feed here. Sasa hiyo inakaa for the next 6 months. Okay, they cannot develop enough to want a pool hapa. Even here bado hawajamajua vizuri. Lakini at that stage the others which can be faster in growth, and they can be served there. Meaning they can be given a bull in the form of artificial insemination. But in most cases they will end up here maturing sasa to the full stage. Kama ile sasa, it will be able to be served any time from now. And if you look at the age, ilisaliwa tarehe 5 January 2021. So you can see how many years?
2.
Yeah, 2021 and 2022, only 2 years. And sasa very soon it will be served. And if it is conceived, it will go to maternity hapa. And when it matures there, it gives birth, it will go there. So there, you remember everybody had a space. We don't have a space. So we shall go to the book I was showing you. There are the diseases, treatment, production, and then we go to the book of the production. Then we compare this animal is consuming a lot of money in terms of diseases and service, and it is not conceiving. And when we come to the book of production, it is giving very little because of age. So you create space for this new one. And what you do now is called culling. So you cull that one, and this one is a replacer.
So inakuwa ni cycle to continuity.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that is why a dairy is complete when we have all these sections now. Supposing you have more of this, then you need to replace those ones. What will you do? You will now shift kidogo from milk business and do what we call breeding business. You sell this high level breeds to farmers, and then you advertise yourself. You are selling havers, which are improved. So whenever your cow delivers a calf, and you have records that are known by Kakri, then you can sell at a price equivalent to a grown-up cow.
Wow.
Like this one now, we know it. We know the bull, we know the parent, the cow itself. So we know the level of breed. If it's a pedigree and it is an Asha, then you sell as a pedigree Asha. So you don't say it is young. You sell as maybe 280,000.
Oh wow.
Or 100,000, because it will produce. Yes. Why? Because you go by the known amount of milk that it produces in a lactation. By the way, most of them produce 4,000 kilos, 6,000 kilos per lactation. So if you go by the current price, let's say for example here, we are selling at 50. Take it 6,000 liters times 50. How much is that? Then you know that animal can give you that amount per lactation. So if you buy at 100,000, you will see it is still okay. But you must buy and make sure it grows to maturity, of course.
Wow.
By giving the right husbandry, as we have said. Because everyone here, it is not the potential yake. Like that one, mama yake, there was a time it produces 35 liters per day. So if you multiply 35 liters times 365 days,
That's a lot of money.
that is the amount of milk you can get from that cow by year. Yes.
Wow.
And then from there you can see whether you can buy that haver now. So it becomes a business. You know, sell this one and use to feed the others.
Mimi nataka uweze encourage watu
Yes.
who are interested in getting into the farm,
In the business.
farm here.
Yes. All right. This thing is not for somebody to rush. You can see this one. It started with a few animals, 3 animals, na tena ile unaweza manage. You know, these ones as you improve in terms of grades or levels of breeding, because we have as I told you, there is foundation, ile kawa ya kienyeji ile ujulikani. Then you come to the intermediate, then from intermediate you come to appendix, then you come to pedigree. Pedigree is a pure breed, and by the way we have 4 main breeds in dairy. We have the Frisians, we have the Ashias, we have the Kanse, and the Chassis. Those are the main ones. And each one must be pure. That's why we call pedigree. So as if you want to start dairy, you must start with those ones that are needing a bit not very serious care. Lakini you start with many, then you are bound to fail. It must start gradually. And as you continue, you experience problems, you solve it, you anguke na muka namna hiyo. Yeah. So you start with 2, make it 3, and then you get experience until you know problems will come if I don't do this. Yes, so you don't go there without knowing. Yeah. So I encourage somebody, depending on the levels of financial abilities, you can start from the lowest you can, then you come up slowly. Yes.
Thank you so much for having us.